You can take the guest room, or you can move out. My wife said it like she was offering dessert options. Her sister smiled and added, Great if you're out by the weekend. I'm Graham Porter, 34, logistics manager, i.e. the guy who makes sure other people's stuff gets from A to B without a meltdown. I fix leaky faucets, remember trash day, and read the HOA newsletter so no one else has to. I've also paid the mortgage on a 3-bedroom suburban house for the last 8 years. Evidently, I'm now a guest. It started with Clara's sparkle, her I've decided and your opinion is adorable face. She clasped her hands like she was announcing a trip to Hawaii. Bianca and Trevor are moving in, she chirped. There were verbal exclamation points. Bianca glided in behind the announcement, glowing like a prenatal vitamin commercial. One hand on the baby bump, a practiced smile, and a hug I hadn't agreed to earn. We'll take the master, she said, like gravity. I need the space for baby stuff. The attached bath will be crucial later. Not a question. Clara backed her up. You can take the guest room. Or if you're not comfortable, you could move out. Trevor wandered in from the kitchen holding my beer. Hey man, he said, with the solemnity of a guy who once had a smoothie video do numbers on Instagram. We'll be like roommates. Very modern. Right, very modern. And very homeless. In my house. I stood there in what used to be my living room, wondering when my marriage license had morphed into a hotel timeshare. No cameras popped out. No Ashton Kutcher. Just my wife, her golden child sister, and brand strategist Trevor waiting for me to be a good sport. So I smiled, nodded, and started planning. The golden couple let me paint the hierarchy. In the Martinez family, Bianca sits on a haloed throne. She has runway entrances, slow-motion hair, and the unspoken benefit package that comes with being the favorite. Unconditional approval, zero accountability. Her husband photographs well and says things like authentic content without irony. He's a digital storytelling specialist, which appears to be code for posting breakfast and calling it a brand. Against them, I am practical. The man with a 401k, a Honda, and a toolkit. I pay bills. I fix things. I do not curate anything but the gutters. This does not play well on Instagram or in Clara's comparisons. Trevor is so present, she'd sigh, watching him do shirtless yoga to whale sounds. I'd look up from paying our car insurance and wonder aloud whether present meant scrolling for 6 hours without spraining a thumb. Guest status. The demotion arrived without paperwork. Just smiles. Bianca rubbed her belly in careful circles, the universal shield against criticism, while Trevor shrugged like he'd stumbled onto free housing by accident. I carried an armful of clothes to the guest room, otherwise known as the smell of mothballs and defeat suite. It was tiny. Mauve carpet from a Reagan flashback. A window with an inspirational view of a brick wall. A wheezing IKEA mattress that sounded like it was dying. The bathroom pipe screamed every time someone flushed. The closet was half full of Clara's old boxes and a vacuum we'd promised to fix 2 years ago. That night, staring up at a water stain shaped like Florida, I replayed the scene and tried to find the exact second I'd lost the plot. Had for better or worse always included sister gets the master bed? Then I found the manila folder. The folder bottom drawer of the ancient dresser. Tab labeled in my handwriting, Delgado promotion package. 6 months earlier, my boss had offered me regional operations director. 30% raise, better benefits, and crucially, company housing, free for a year. A 5-minute commute instead of 2 hours of exhaust and bad radio. The brochure photos were all sunlight, hardwood, and small but elegant living. I had brought that folder home vibrating with hope. Clara killed it in under a minute. We can't move, she said. My parents might need me. Bianca might need me. Our friends are here. Translation? Her friends. Her parents, who run triathlons and teach Zumba, were not exactly frail. The new job would have been 45 minutes away. But tears rolled and I folded. I told Delgado no. Jenkins got the job. I shoved the folder into a drawer and convinced myself compromise was love. Now I held the folder like a life raft. Inside, Jessica Reyes' card, HR. If circumstances change, reach out. Circumstances had changed. I pictured Bianca and Trevor lounging on my bed, Clara radiant with martyrdom. I pictured leaving. Not sulking in the guest room, leaving. And I smiled. The exit Saturday was clear and mild. I'd been up since 5 on caffeine and spite. The moving truck arrived at 8, professional and blessedly real. Marcus and Danny, Dolly's clipboard's efficiency. I loved them on site. Blue sticker means it's mine, I told Marcus. Everything with a blue sticker goes. I'd spent the week tagging what I had personally paid for. The couch, TV, coffee maker, dining table, chairs, the good blender. If my card had covered it, it got a dot. Trevor appeared in good vibes only and bedhead. Dude, he blinked, why are there movers? I'm moving out, I said, wrapping the coffee maker's cord. He squinted at the toaster. That too? Especially that. Bianca descended in silk in panic. You can't just take everything. What are we supposed to sit on? The floor is very minimalist, I said. Very posture forward. For TV, hold your phone far away and squint. Clara arrived in a robe and damage control voice. Graham, what are you doing? Choosing option B, I said. You offered guest room or move out. I chose move out. By the time we reached the dining table, Trevor looked like a man watching a sandcastle collapse. Where are we supposed to eat, he asked. Manifest a table, I suggested. Or try a job. We emptied the house with the solemn joy of professionals who've seen a lot and will tell stories later. When we were done, the rooms echoed. I put the keys on the floor, clink. The mortgage is due in 5 days, I said to Clara. It's in your name. All yours now. Bianca, congrats on the baby. Trevor, good luck with the job hunt. Then I followed my furniture to my new life. The apartment, 3rd floor industrial conversion. Exposed brick, huge windows, compact kitchen, honest water pressure. Peace like a physical thing. Wi-Fi that didn't buffer every time someone breathed. I brewed coffee in my coffee maker, my settings, my counter, my life, and tasted freedom. I unpacked in the quiet. TV at the angle I liked. Books by genre, not color. Gaming setup finally allowed to exist without size. Craft beers lined up like a tiny, proud museum exhibit. I ordered pizza. I watched an action movie. No debates, no whales crying. My phone lit up like a slot machine. 15 missed calls from Clara, 22 from Bianca, 1 from Trevor, surely accidental. The voicemails traced Clara's grief cycle. Calm, angry, panicked, accusatory. Bianca's were pure outrage. You left us with nothing. I had, in fact, left them with a house and utilities. They were just unfamiliar with the concept of acquiring things themselves. Trevor begged for the coffee maker back because we can't work the cheap one. I felt negative guilt. I felt anti-guilt. I turned off notifications and slept better than I had in years. The ambush midweek, I remembered I hadn't changed my mailing address. Insurance cards and a car title were probably at the old house. I went back at noon on a Wednesday, betting the golden couple would be out manifesting opportunities. Clara opened the door looking like sleep debt. Inside, a card table, 2 folding chairs, and Bianca guarding the mail pile with one hand on her stomach and the other on her outrage. You stripped the house! Clara started at volume 10. I reclaimed my purchases, I said, fishing out my insurance envelope. There's a difference. That's theft, Bianca snapped. Permission was implied every time I swiped my card, I said. I bought it. It's mine. I moved it. How are we supposed to live like this? Clara demanded. Same way I was supposed to live in the guest room, figure it out. I looked for Trevor. He sat in a corner wearing noise-canceling headphones. Got anything to add? I asked. He lifted one ear cup. The vibes are really off in here, man, he said, and retreated to his podcast. I headed for the door. Clara tried one more time.
Can we talk like adults?
We had our chance, I said. You made it public. We'll keep it public. The money that never was. 2 mornings later, Bianca called at 7 a.m., voice shaking with fury. Where's the insurance money? What insurance money? The life insurance from your dad. Clara said there was a lot and you were hoarding it. It's in a joint account and there is no money, I said. There was 7 years ago. It paid off Clara's student loans, our down payment, and furniture. It's gone. Has been for years. Silence. Then, you're lying. I'm really not. Later, through cousins, mutual friends, and a gloriously detailed 2 a.m. drunk text from Trevor, I heard the rest. Bianca detonated in the kitchen. She'd moved in because Clara promised a safety net, an imaginary pile of cash Graham was selfishly withholding. Clara tried to spin it as a misunderstanding. Bianca didn't buy it. Trevor, finally jarred from his vibe quest, asked the practical question he'd avoided for years. So, how do we afford anything? Miguel and Rosa watched their golden daughter's narrative burn to the studs. Even Rosa couldn't wallpaper over this. That afternoon, I sent Clara a text. Mortgage, $1,200. Due on the 1st, 6 years left. Your name only. Good luck now that the imaginary money is gone and the real money moved out. You're in, she replied. Maybe, I typed back. But I'm in, with an apartment, furniture, and 0 pregnant in-laws. How's your situation? No response. Aftermath.